Hello fellow bookworms, it's Katie. Today we're making lemon cake for various reasons. First, I've got the kitchen all to myself. My flatmates are not here, they're on holiday. And second reason, I love lemon cake. And third reason, I thought I'd update you on, all things concerned with the fire in our house. And just chat with you a little bit while we're making cake. Also, I love this recipe, it's one of my favorite types of cake, and I thought I'd share that with you so you can also enjoy cake when you make it for yourself, maybe, if you want to. I mean, life has given me a lot of lemons. As you probably remember, we had a fire in our house in August last year. And it's still, we're still not living there. It's still like I was there 2 days ago. We did a little bit of work at the house. It's basically stripped bare down to the walls, and we basically are down to the bare outlines of what my home was, and now we have to build it up again. And that's one lemon. Another lemon was that my mom died. I don't think I've even told you that. Not in relation to the fire in our house. Nope. She was sick, she had cancer, and well, she died. That's the reason why I didn't tell you that particular thing, is because I don't even know what to tell people anymore, because I see them react to when I tell them all the things that happened to me during the last 4 months of last year, and they don't really know how to react to that, and I'm sitting here like, sorry. I'm sorry to ruin your day. I'm sorry to make you feel bad. I'm sorry that you feel obligated to feel bad for me. But that's life. Life gives you lemons sometimes, and then you make lemon cake out of it. The best of it. You make the best of it. Same with our house. We're trying to make the best of it, but let's get into making cake and we will just chat a little bit more. Okay, so things you need. I don't know where to begin. So you need a bowl, obviously, and some utensil to mix the substances. Some dice for the measuring of the ingredients. You need a kind of tray thing. I have this thingy. This is a little bit smaller. If I make the batter, that's the word, according to the recipe, I have too much of it. So I adjusted the recipe suited to be suited for, or suiting my my tray thingy, baking tray. Is that the word, baking tray? What else do we need? We need 100 grams of sugar. The original recipe would be 180 grams. 2 eggs. Original recipe would be 4 eggs. Second egg. So then you mix it. You mix it for a good while. Adjusting the hair. This is a workout. Can you see? Can you see? Not really. You mix it until there is a substantial amount of bubbles. I don't know the technical term for it because I'm German, so sorry. So we had a little bit of a work thingy going on 2 days ago in our house. We had to remove all the floorboards from the ground floor. Yeah. Because our house is pretty old. It's about 300 years old. Nobody really knows because back then people didn't really, write these things down. Underneath the floorboards there was just earth directly. There was nothing underneath, and we needed to remove about 10 centimeters of earth in 3 rooms so that we can then put another layer of something underneath the floorboards. Yesterday my arms hurt so bad because I have noodle arms. I don't have any muscle on my arms, and I was the designated dirt carrier, and I just carried the dirt through the rooms and outside, and it was heavy buckets, basically. Yeah, it took a while. It took a whole day to do that, and well, it took half a day to do that. And then we also, because we get new bathrooms, which is great because the bathrooms in our house were very old, very old. Honestly, you guys, you can't. This is the part where I'm, you know, being happy. Where's my flower? Over there. So this is what I mean, you know, making the best of it. This is what I'm very happy about, that we get new bathrooms. So now we take 150 grams of flour, or the original recipe would be 250, and then you mix it. Yeah, but that's what I'm really happy about, like the new bathrooms, because the bathroom on our floor, the first floor, it was, oh God, I can tell you, the tiles were this pea green color, basically like this green, this shade of green, pretty much, and oh, it was horrible back from the 70s. I mean, it might have been, you know, modern in the 70s, and it was so satisfying to demolish these tiles with a huge sledgehammer. That was what I did. It was so satisfying. Yeah. So then you take something that the internet told me was called cornstarch or starch flour in English. So I take 30 grams, for the original recipe would be 50 grams. Also, I'm not converting this shit into cups and whatnot, because good Lord, America, you need a measuring system that people can actually, you know, understand, that is actually logical, because cups are not logical. It's not. It does not make sense. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then you mix this also. So by now you should have this very unwielding kind of cement-like batter. But that's no problem at all, because now we have the butter. I take, I think about 70 grams of butter, and the original recipe would be 100 grams of butter, and put it into a separate bowl, a bowl that you can put in the microwave. And then you heat the butter, but only just so it melts, just that it is hand warm. It must not be too hot. After that is done, all the butter is all liquidy. Just pour it in your mixture and mix it again. So by now your batter should look something like this. So let's just turn on the oven. 160 degrees, and this symbol. I don't know what it is in English, I will look it up. Batter is done. Time to grease up the tray? Tray. It's tray, right? I'm pretty sure it's tray. So you just take another tiny piece of butter. Take a brush, that's the word, take a brush and just, you know, move the butter around so that the whole tray is greased up. Cooking with Katie, the basics, how to grease up your cooking tray. I'm so sorry you can't see anything, but my skills in filming are very limited, as you can probably tell. Nice and greasy. Now we just pour the batter onto the tray. I'm pretty sure it's called a baking or cooking tray, right? Right? And yes, I washed my hands before I touch anything, before I cook and before I bake, because ew. Who would not do that? Honestly. I probably messed up my lipstick. That was not a good idea. Honestly, that's the best part of baking. Look at my pretty lipstick on my fingers now. Scooping it all in there. I think I don't have enough eggs, but you know, it's Pfingsten. I don't know what that's in English, but all the stores are closed basically in Germany, and I was not intelligent enough to check if I've got enough eggs, so we shall see if this is working or not. I hope it will be working, but... So basically you just spread the batter evenly if it doesn't do it on its own. Usually it does, but mine doesn't today, so I'm not sure what I did wrong. I believe I should have had 3 eggs. And now just put it in the oven. Okay, this has to be in there for 30 to 40 minutes now if you're making the original recipe, and since mine is like not really, there's not a lot of batter there, so I'm going to check in 20 minutes and then we'll see, and then I'll adjust, you know, the time for whatever it needs, you know, to be great. Look at that. It's a mess. Ended up leaving the cake in for 25 minutes, and I think it's ready. It looks and feels right. So while the cake cools for a little bit, it's time to finally take the lemons and add them to the cake. On the original recipe, my grandma told me to use about 2 to 3 lemons. This one looks a little bit odd. We will not be using this one. And I think because I used just 2 eggs, the cake might have become a little bit dry, so I will still use 3 lemons. Also, I love it very lemony, so you just basically take the lemon juice, use one of these things that I don't know the name for. Now that we've got our lemon juice, take powdered sugar and measure 100 grams of powdered sugar into the lemon juice. When you've got this, you'll just stir until the sugar is dissolved. Not very complicated. Now that we finished the mixture of lemon juice and powdered sugar, you just want to take some kind of stick that we will use to poke holes into the cake, and then we'll drench the cake with the lemon juice and sugar mixture so it will be nice and juicy. I recommend using a 3mm knitting needle. Obviously I cleaned this before I put it into my cake because ew. And then we just poke holes. Doesn't really matter. You can make obviously you can, you know, poke in some kind of pattern, but I just usually randomly poke and just stick it right through the cake, because that's the lemon juice will travel through these holes and just make sure the cake is nicely drenched and lemony throughout the whole of it. Yeah, my vocabulary is not the best for baking. And we just poke. Also, the cake needs to still be warm. Like, it needs to be a little bit cooled from the oven, but it still needs to be warm. And I think this one turned out quite well, quite good. poked a sufficient amount of holes. You just take the lemon juice sugar mixture and just start drenching it. And the best way I found to do it is use a tablespoon and just gently put it on there. Make sure that you spread it evenly. And this can take a while, so you need to be patient. Otherwise, there will be parts of the cake that are drenched and other parts that are completely dry. And that would be unfortunate. That's because it's really this part where the cake gets its juiciness and the lemon flavor. And then you just keep going until there's no more lemon juice. I mean, with everything that happened to me last year, my house, that's really the worst of it. My house, my home, that I can't be at home anymore, that I lost my home, because I'm a person that is very attached to their home. And I mean, it's gotten easier a bit because I can see progress. And on days like 2 days ago, when we all helped together to, further the progress of building, starting to build up or making plans and to start to build up our home again. It's gotten easier, but it's still hard sometimes. Like, there's not a week where there's not a week where there's not at least one day or night where I just wake up and cry my eyes out because I'm so homesick. And I miss my stuff, my books, my sister, my grandma. I miss spending time with them so much. That's probably the worst, that we are not spending enough time together anymore. I barely see them, I barely talk to them, despite, all the best efforts of texting and calling each other and visiting. But it's not quite the same. And living when I'm there, when I'm visiting, I mean, my grandma lives with one of my aunts. It's not the same. It's not the same as being at home. We're being guests, and I mean, they're nice and everything, but it's just not the same. And doing things like this, making this cake, a cake that has been my favorite cake for so long, and all the times I remember my grandma making it, that really helps, just things that make me feel good and taking care of myself, and that can sometimes be hard. So I find self-care very hard sometimes because of Harold. My depression and also my anxiety, because at that times I don't feel like I deserve to feel good, and I feel that I don't deserve to take care of myself, which is so stupid, but it's what it is. I guess that's what I wanted to be the point of this video. Just things will get better and it will get easier. There will still be days. There are still days where I'm not feeling good. And there's a bright side. Oh, I just made a mess again. And really, I miss my books. I still miss them. Oh man. But it's nice to make plans of where my bookshelves are going to go in the new house. It's hard, but you really need to keep that hope up. It's hard sometimes, but there's always it will be better eventually. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys, I sound really, really weepy, don't I? I feel like that Katara in that episode, the Amber Island players, I think. It's very, very, very late in season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of my favorite shows and one of the most amazing cartoons in the entire universe. I feel like her, looking at the actress portraying her in that play, always weeping about hope and crying. Still at it, still drenching. As I said, you don't want to be impatient. So, after you've sufficiently drenched the cake with lemon juice, it's done, basically. Maybe just let it sit and, you know, rest for a bit before you actually eat it. I've noticed that the cake is best when you let it sit for overnight and just, you know, let it just soak in peace. Yes, but that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know, it's something different and it's probably going to be a very, very, very long video. But I thought I'd give you an update on all the things concerning the fire. You know, just, you know, sit together and ramble a little bit, just chat a little bit and make some cake, because that's what we do among friends, right? Just make cake and have fun. So yeah, I will resume with my usual book videos, you know, next week, but I thought this would be fun and you know, learn to make a cake. A very delicious cake. Okay, so I don't want to prolong this video any further because it's probably going to be about 40 minutes. So, oh boy, editing this will be a nightmare. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you make the cake, please let me know how it went, if you like it. You know, what are you reading at the moment? I'm reading the Gentleman Bastard series. And yeah, I hope you're having an awesome day and I hope you're reading something magical and wonderful. And also let me know if you should, you know, you and me should do this kind of thing again someday, sometime, maybe, if you let me know if you like to see more of these kinds of videos. Maybe I will even be, you know, a little bit more inventive with the filming because I'm just not very good at that. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you're reading something magical and wonderful and maybe try this cake. Yeah. And I will see you soon. Bye!